Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I'm going to start with running to Winco, and then I will come home and do a grocery haul, followed by some cleaning of my home and an impromptu night on the grill. Thanks so much for coming along with me. It's funny, when I went to edit the video, I realized I switched up the videos. So I actually, and you'll be able to see it with what I'm wearing as well. I actually got up and did the second half of this video first, which was clean my home. Then I grabbed my son from school. We went to Winco, did the grocery shopping, came home. It was kind of funny because I had a whole different plan for dinner. But we ended up really not being hungry at dinner time and kind of grilling later on that night, but not grilling any of the things I got here, but some chicken and hot dogs that I had previously. So anyways, I will show that. But back to this, I'm here grabbing a few things. I'm going to make lasagna. I'm also going to do a Zatarain's rice with shrimp and sausage in it. So if you saw, I grabbed some shrimp and sausage as well. So anyways, but thanks so much for coming along with me on this day as I get my grocery shopping done, and then I will get my home clean. What kind was that? It's funny how I grabbed Dawn here because I was running low and totally forgot that I grabbed that 3-pack of Dawn from Costco in one of my Costco hauls. So anyways, I mean, you can never have too much Dawn. All done and time to head home. All right, here is a quick overview of everything we got. Now kind of explain it a little bit. There are 1 or 2 meals, but then a lot of it is fill-in as well. So there is that. And then my husband picked up at Safeway earlier today. Well, he wanted to get more coffee, was on sale. But then he also picked up some steaks for us to grill this weekend. And he got bananas and he got strawberries because he always gets those. He makes smoothies, but he gets enough for the house. So we already had those. So because he grabbed steaks, I went ahead and got other things to put on the grill. So I'm going to start here. These are just some cheap little steaks that I got. How my youngest and my grandson, I'll put these on and cut them up into bite-sized pieces. So hopefully that'll work. If they want some steak, they may not. No big deal. I am going to put hamburgers on the grill. I got 2 things of hamburger meat because I will make hamburgers for the grill, but then also I will use some meat for tacos, and I will use some of the meat to put in the lasagna I'm going to make later on this week, not today. And so I did get some hamburger buns for when we do grill out. We're going to grill out over the weekend. Today is Thursday, so here in like a day or two. So I got the hamburger buns. I got hot dog buns. We will put these on the grill, which is most likely what my son and grandson will eat. But I wanted to give this option. And, of course, they'll probably have a hamburger. So we did get buns. I did get some bread. They had this little Sunny D lemonade. I thought, why not? It was so cheap. I can't even remember what it was, but it was really cheap. And then I got this creamer for myself. My husband's not a huge fan. And so I got him this creamer. The kids are going to be out of school. We got 3 boxes of cereal, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Pebbles, and Honey Nut. All 3 will not be opened right now because I don't want stale. So I'll put 2 up. They'll eat, or I'll put 1 up and then 2 will be an option. And then when we're out of one, we'll put the other one out. Then I picked these up. So I got the shrimp. I did not realize that these had the tail on, but that's okay. But they are deveined and peeled. So I will use these with cut up some of this, and I love to make this. Okay, so I will do that sometime next week. And then I will either make this into the meal and add some Jiffy and some corn, or I may make this a side and make some Jiffy and chicken. Not quite sure, but that's that. Got that. I just saw this walking in. They had their stand with like some seasonings and different things. So I actually picked this up. It's just the beef flavored, like the bouillon or whatever it's called. So I picked that up. I got, these are the chicken wings I get, and then I fry these up, so they're frozen. And then I did get some chicken breasts, and I'll use some of these chicken breasts for, I'll probably cut some up to make chicken strips, and then also for chicken fettuccine, which if you've watched any previous videos, my son loves that. So that's a must every week. And then the chips I use, I love these, are my favorite, and I make nachos on a regular basis. And then I just wanted to show this. It's just sitting here. My husband, one of his coworkers, made these for everybody. And I just love stuff like this. It's the cookie mix. I just think it's so thoughtful. Anyways, very cute. And then I got some grilling beans for when we grill out. And I like to put a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and a little bit of hamburger meat in there. Got mozzarella cheese. And I'm not sure if I showed this, but this is the cheese we'll use for the burgers. And then I did get just some turkey meat over the weekend, make sandwiches. Of course, the seasoning for the burritos or tacos. And then mozzarella cheese. Like I said, I will be making some lasagna, so I got that. And then our breakfast potatoes for the weekend. And then the regular cheese that I normally get for my nachos, but I also use for lasagna and our tacos and burritos. Snacks. I got cookies. The peanut butter, the fudge stripe, and then these are the chocolate and peanut butter. Really pretty good. My son picked out these donuts, and he picked out his seaweed, and he picked out one of these for the weekend as well. We got some milk. These are the cheese that I'll use for the cheese mixture for my lasagna. These are the noodles that I use for my lasagna. And then I got these right here. My son likes these granola bars. Both of them, that brand. And then crinkle fries just to have, and they'll go with something, maybe Sloppy Joe's coming up soon too. And then this is the spaghetti sauce that my son picked out. I have not made spaghetti in such a long time because I think the kids kind of got a little tired of it, but it was suggested the other day. And then this is the corn I got for now. And what I'll do with this is I will use some of this when we grill out. I'll just boil it most likely with a little bit of sugar and butter. It'll be great. But I'll also use some when I make this meal right here. And with that, I like to boil these and then use Old Bay seasoning and a little bit of garlic, onion powder, and seasoning salt, and they are so good. And then Baby Ray's. Baby Ray's is our favorite barbecue sauce. This is my second favorite. I like the Chipotle the best, but this is really good, and I'll use this when I make my grilling beans, but just to have in general, you know, summer season. And then I did get potato salad, and I really got potato salad. If you've seen the video when we went up to the mountains last holiday weekend, I thought the whole grocery haul, I thought packing, I thought getting up there. When I bought it, the whole time that I had potato salad and I had macaroni salad. So, and then I got this, like I said, where the beef, is it bouillon, I think is what it's called. They just had, Winco had their seasoning, so I picked that up. And I picked this up just to have in the cupboard. I don't have anything specific, but I like to use them to season roasts and things like that. So I grabbed it. It was on sale. So here is everything that we got. I want to say the total was about $150, somewhere around there. So I think it was like $152 or something. But anyways, there it is. So I'm going to get it all put away. And hey guys, I just want to check back in real quick. I don't know if you can tell. So my home is not that bad, but I definitely got some straightening up to do in the living room. But here in the kitchen, different story. Yeah, I got a sink full of dishes, so I need to go ahead and get those done. While that's filling, I'm going to go ahead and get the utensils put away. I put everything else away, but didn't put those away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. My poor pan here. This is my favorite pan, and it's very obvious. You can tell. I love it because it is almost like a pot pan combined. You know, you can fry stuff. It's got high enough edges. I just really, really like it. But yeah, it's gone through a lot, so I have to use a lot of elbow grease to scrub it up. Leave a comment down below and let me know, do you have a favorite pot or pan that you constantly go to, or one you've had a long time? Here, I decided, let me go ahead and just dry dust, you know, the cabinets. Just kind of knock anything that's sitting up there down. I did not go back and wipe them. I'll do that on a different day. But today, I just wanted to go ahead and do a dusting of the kitchen, get the light fixture and all that, knock it all down, so then I can go and wipe off the counters. Here, I'm just using a bleach-based cleaner, some Clorox or something like that, and just spraying down the counters, and then that way I can kind of wipe all that up that's on the counter initially and what fell. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off my microwave and my stove. I'm going to use my stainless steel cleaner to get all the stainless steel parts around it. And then I'll go back and just use a glass cleaner for the top and the windows. This is some new makeup I bought from QVC. I don't know if any of you watch QVC, but I order things off of there. Anyways, this is some makeup I bought. It's for women 50 and older. So it's not what I have on right now. Obviously, I haven't opened it yet, but I'll let you know how good it is. All right, well, I found my lights that go underneath my stove back there. It's funny because when I did my video for cleaning out underneath my sink, which is still super organized, if you haven't seen that, go back and look at that video. But, you know, when you keep something somewhere forever, and I kept these lights in a specific place underneath my sink, you know, for quite some time. So then I'm looking and looking and I couldn't find them, and I knew I had some. So anyways, found them. So I'm about to go ahead and make the switch. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my floors. I'm really just going to sweep them. I'm going to mop them probably in the next day or two. I used to be able to do the whole kitchen in one swoop, the dusting, wiping down the cabinets and the countertops, dishes, sweeping, and mopping and going over the appliances. But really now it's like I split it up a little bit. So I'll do like my wipe down or treat my cabinets and go ahead and mop my floor the same day or something like that. But as far as doing it all in one day, I think those days are kind of gone. So here I'm just sweeping it up, and then I'll go ahead and move on. All right, here I am just trying to really get in here and dust off my little knickknacks that I got over here and on top of my entertainment center and get that all wiped down. Right before this, I dusted the coffee table. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So anyways, just getting everything all wiped down real quick. And now I'll move over to the couch, shake that off and straighten it up. I actually just went over it not too long ago. This is a cover, if you don't know, that I put on because my dog likes to sleep up here on the couch. So I'm just straightening that up real quick, and then I'll be done. Grab my youngest, but the living room is done. Kitchen looks good. My youngest grandson's coming over tonight, so hopefully we can get out and get some pool time. If you can see back there, it's pretty sunny. I'm actually about to go change. But it wasn't until editing this clip that I realized I did the videos backwards. Anyways, here's my little grill out on the deck. My husband has a larger one on the other side of the house. We did our little impromptu barbecue. It was super good. Nice. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for coming along with me, and I hope to see you in the next one.